Hello and welcome along to a big episode from this FM20 story with Dorking Wanderers from me, Daniel. It's season 15 episode 6 and today is the FA Cup quarter final. We're playing third place Manchester City, a club with an embarrassment of riches, a club we'd be expected to lose against, and as you can see from the team news above, with a long list of key players out injured. However, we've still got a little bit of optimism. We're doing well, we're back in the European hunt, and we finally got back in form in midweek. So hopefully we can get one of those special little miracles. And to be fair, we're still in charge of the race for Europe as well. 8th place Tottenham did lose in the Carabao Cup final, Manchester United beating them to help us out, though Arsenal are back in contention and can go above us if they win their game in hand, and even Brighton only 4 points behind us, and guess what, we're away to them on the final day of the Premier League season. So a top 6 finish wasn't enough last year, might be this season, depends on the winners of the FA Cup and depends on the winners of the Europa League. So Leicester and Burnley were both ruining things because they were in the last 16. So let's see if they got through. Hopefully not. Burnley did. Leicester didn't by the looks of it. So Leicester lost at Alaves on away goals. And Burnley beat Bucharest to get through. Manchester City there as well. They're the team we want to win. And we need Benfica to do us a favour in the quarters. And then City can go and do what they want. Their key player Ansu Fati, of course, a star in our new head coach club with Chelsea. They're having a brilliant time. But for us, it's all about the FA Cup quarter-final today. However, before that, we do have some other news off the pitch as well. So if you are looking forward to this episode, please do put a thumbs up on it and subscribe down below for daily FM20 content and much, much more on the channel. But let's go and look at the off-the-pitch news. And we start with the youth intake. It came through yesterday, perfect timing for this match, just as we got our latest set of injuries. And we've got one player who might be decent out of this. So Chris Glover is a 16-year-old centre forward who can also play in midfield, 1-star ability, 3.5 potential. If we go and have a look at him, he's got a decent personality, he's got a decent balance of attributes, works incredibly hard. I think if I'm being honest, he's more suited to centre mid than he is centre forward. So we'll work on that in the youth team and hopefully he'll become a decent pro. We've also got Neil Robinson, who's got 3-star potential, a central midfielder who's probably ironically better suited to being a centre half. Not very fit though, and his personality's quite poor, so we'll wait and see on his front. And in the other one with 1-star current ability is Ryan Cass. He's got 2.5-star potential. A striker who can't finish, arguably suits being a wide man better. So a little bit strange, none of them are really suited to their best position, and that causes us some trouble. But aside from that, it's a pretty poor youth intake. So certainly nowhere near the excitement of last year where we had 2 stars coming through. Gleedle obviously a couple of years before that. But we're back to a bit of sort of average standard this year. But let's have a look at the schedule quickly. We've been on a poor run as you can see. I mean, bar the FA Cup, which has been a saving grace, we've been awful in the league. So we've had 7 games off camera, a 1-0 defeat at home to Liverpool, Kalantari got that goal, a 1-1 draw at home to Derby, Ryan Lima having to bail us out, and a 1-0 defeat at Leicester with a late goal costing us a point. A 4-2 victory at Forest in the Cup, Balic with a brace, Coppens and Carl Boyce getting a goal, and after going 3-0 up in the first half an hour, we got one hell of a scare there. In the end, the 94th minute goal from Balic was very much welcomed as we were just getting pegged back and it was a bit of a grandstand finish. We did lose at home to Chelsea in the next league game though, a 1-0 defeat there, and a draw away at Everton, Balic with the early goal, but we were pegged back on the half an hour mark. So we have in the likes of Everton, Chelsea, Liverpool, Leicester played good sides, but to be honest, it's been a really poor run across the board. Even just before that, Birmingham at home, odd little results going badly, but the basement side Aston Villa gave us some hope. Because they let us win 4-0, Mertens got us off the mark after half an hour of holding strong from the visitors, and Keith Balter's got a hat-trick culminating in a penalty. However, he then got an injury the following day in training. We took him off after his hat-trick, said let's rest him for the weekend, and now he's out. So he's going to be missing. Jerome Yonton will come back in, and probably one of our best players on paper now out. Certainly our best form player. So we've got back-to-back Man City games. We will only be showing the first today in the FA Cup. It is the quarter-final, 1 game from Wembley, and the Mark White Arena is seen as a special occasion. Of course, the problem is we're missing our first choice right back, our first choice central midfielder, our number 10 and captain, and our third young centre half as well. The dynamics, not great because before that Villa game we had been in poor form, and Tottenham have already made it through, and they're one of those sides on the cusp of Europe that we probably can't afford to let win the cup. So actually, if we're going to get through today, or we're not going to get through, we need Tottenham not to win the cup. It needs to be Chelsea or United, who are already through, or Manchester City, our opponents today. They're all up in that top 5 anyway. So this is the lineup we've gone for. We've got absolutely no one fit outside the 18. And I've had to put a couple of youngsters in Gleedle and Williams on the bench. They are improving, and we'll look at that in the end of year review. But this is probably not the time for them to start making a mark on the first team. We've got Gabriel Afonso in goal. He is flying, called up for Brazil and will be going away after this game. Another weak link at right back. And to be honest, if anyone remembers the Carabao Cup final against Burnley last year, this was what cost us. We had Lewis James at right back, who was our backup at the time, similarly poorly rated, and it cost us. He gave away a stupid penalty and we lost. But today it's Colin Petrucci, and I need to be able to trust him. We've got Semedo, Mertens and Mazzino making up the rest of the back 4. Jonson in for Balters alongside Carl Boyce. Lima and Balic on the wings. Council playing out of position as the number 10. And Jeff Coppens up front. We have got a couple of game changers, but the bench is a lot weaker than normal. So let's see if we can pull off a miracle. 4-4-2 for Manchester City. Some real players in there. We've mentioned the left winger, who's of course a star for us with Chelsea. Phil Foden still there in central midfield. Gibson up front. He is a player that has scored goals against us many occasions. So there's going to be a lot of hard work to do here. A 4-4-2 gives us a chance in the middle. But let's be honest, we're probably going to be on the back foot here. So we're going to ask the lads to pick up where they left off against Villa. We're going to try and give them a bit of confidence, and we're going to get into the first half of the FA Cup quarter-final. It's a packed Mark White arena. Can the lads do us proud? 22 minutes on the clock, a quarter of the game up, and to be honest, there's not been anything between us yet. Balic has got it on the left wing, and the first chance to come forward is ours, as Council finds Lima on the right wing. He's been challenged though, he's given it away poorly, and a long ball forward finds Mertens to Council. Boyce, got to be quicker there, he's got pressure on him. The high press from City still there as Petrucci picks it up. And this is what we worried about. He's dallying on the ball, he can't do that. Boyce over to Lima though, we get away with it. Into Coppens, who loses out in the air. And Foden heads away to Fathi, who finds Florentino Luis. And this is where the end-to-end breaks come. City find Gibson, skins the centre half. And it's a great save by Afonso, the skipper. The standing skipper, I should say. To put it behind for a Manchester City corner. Phil Foden will take it. It will be an in-swinging delivery. To the back post, Semedo heads clear. And only as far as Varupa on the left wing. They keep in the possession, they go back to Louise, and the highlight ends. So far, so good, I'd probably say. Arias back with the ball in a defensive area, though. Finds Niguera, and now Foden. Forward towards the front 2. Milne finds Gibson. There's plenty of bodies around them, but Gibson's just run through the lot. Smashes the woodwork from 30 yards, and the defending there is diabolical. It's a corner kick, Foden will swing it in again. And we're going to need to defend these well, because we're giving them too many at the moment. Foden delivers it to the back post. Gabriel Afonso stands strong and holds it at the very first attempt. Brilliant work from the goalkeeper. And Afonso will clear long downfield. To the left-hand side, towards Council. Coppens gets on the flick on. It's out to the right to Lima. Into the box. There's 3 in the middle here. Lima goes alone. Oh, he's hit the post. He had to pass. He could have cut it back to any of them there. And he tried to shoot. It's so greedy. So greedy as Balic delivers the out-swinging corner. To Coppens, who loses out. Mertens will recycle it. Out to Balic on the right-hand side. Delivers to the back post. There's no one there. And the flag's up eventually for offside. Manchester City survived the first scare. 33 minutes on the clock. Dorking Wanderers 0. Manchester City 0. And we've almost levelled up the stats by half-time. To be honest, it's been a really good performance. We've been in this game. We're going to tell the lads to keep it up. I'm so proud of that start. And we just need 45 more minutes like it, and maybe a bit of a clinical edge, as Petrucci takes a short free kick to Jonson. Inside to Boyce, he's got time on the ball, unlike City, and he switches it to the left. Balic gets there on the byline, but the touch is so heavy, and they clear it away City. Finds Fathi, who we know the dangers of, up to Milne. Gibson's with him if he can find him. He goes right instead to the winger, and he's got a chance to go into the box unopposed. Mazzino blocks, Semedo clears, and it looks like Coppens might get there. He's beat the centre half on the left wing. He's got 2 more to beat. Cuts inside, one's going to shoot. Coppens goes alone, but it's straight at the keeper. It's a poor effort in the end. Such a good run, and he had to do better with a shot. 10 minutes gone in the second half, and we've actually probably had the better chances in this period. Verscharen delivers an in-swinging corner. Boyce gets it away as far as Council, and he'll charge out on the left-hand side to Coppens. Council's trying to get back up with him, but Coppens taking on the fullback. Gets it despite the challenge. Coppens into the box. Oh, he's put it wide. Oh, how has he missed that angle? It looks easier to score as Balic delivers a corner. Lima loses out in the air. It's all Dorking Wanderers at the moment. Out to Council on the right. Finds Yonton. Inside is Boyce. Chance to shoot. There's no pressure. Carl Boyce goes back though to Yonton. No one wants to take the chance. It's into Lima. Deflects to Balic. The flag's up. What's happening here? It looks a perfectly good goal, but it's offside and the whistle goes and you've just got the feeling it's not going to be our day. A brilliant performance and we're coming forward again. And it's that combination as Council finds Coppens, beats the sliding challenge, delivers towards Lima, Fatty heads away, finds Boyce. He's got the right back in Petrucci but goes alone. Boyce to Lima, inside to Boyce, finds Coppens, falls to Council. And finally they've got one they can't strike off. Council scores from the number 10 role. It is Dorking 1, Manchester City 0. And with a quarter of the game to go, we are on course for a massive shock. And it's a throw on the left-hand side for Taylor as Manchester City are pouring bodies forward now. Surely they'll react to this. Gibson's cross is blocked. Falls for Taylor, who goes inside. Sharon picks it up. Back to Nogueira. It's all Dorking up until the goal, but now it's all Manchester City. Fathy delivers from the left. Milne down into the winger. And it's poor marking. I mean, how on earth? You work so hard to get ahead and then you throw it away like that. We'll demand more because that is awful defending. It really is poor. But I don't know what more we can do. Petrucci's having a poor game. There's no right back there. Balic is tired and playing poorly. So on comes Aaron White as a winger on attack. And we'll leave it 5 more before the other changes. 15 to go. 10 minutes left. Mazzino with a free kick inside the opposition half on the left-hand touchline. Into Cole Boyce. Created that first goal. Finds White on the left, the sub. Into the box. Finds Coppens. Oh, it's in! The keeper got a very strong hand to it and he palmed it in the back of his own net. That's really poor goalkeeping and it's 2-1 Dorking Wanderers. I was about to take Jeff Coppens off but I can't do it now. Jeff Coppens will stay on. What sub can we make? Lima replaced by Council on the wing and then Prescott will become the number 10. 5 more minutes to go. Surely we can hold on. But it's Manchester City playing out from the back and this is where we're most vulnerable. Long ball forward by City. Finds Milne. The first goal scorer goes long. Fatty's overlapping. And he's got a man in the middle. Goes alone. And Alonso gets enough to it. Afonso in goal, sorry. Out to the right-hand side. 3 more minutes remaining. And we're going to have to time waste. I can't see any other alternative. Who's the worst penalty taker? That's the next question. I'm starting to regret bringing Prescott on actually. Because I could have put holding midfielder on here. So we'll leave it for 1 or 2 more minutes. What we are going to do though, time waste, reduce the tempo, be more disciplined, slow the pace down, hold our shape, regroup, all of the defensive moves we can make. Let's try and get to stoppage time. 5 minutes added on. There are 3 minutes of it remaining. Who on earth do we bring off? It's got to be Council. So out will go Prescott as an inverted winger on support. White will drop to a winger on support. Council will swap into the holding role. He'll be replaced by Nunes. I don't know who's best out of the 3 of them. Yonton is natural in there, so he'll drop into the holding role. Nunes into central midfield. I mean, who cares what duty he has? Central midfielder on support. Yonton, defensive midfielder on defend. No, anchor man. Petrucci, fullback on defend. Mazzino, fullback on defend. They are going absolutely nowhere. Boyce, deep line playmaker on support. And that's it. 3 minutes of stoppage time separating Dorking Wanderers from Wembley for an FA Cup semi-final. And we've got a corner with Jerome Yonton. Back to White. There's space to shoot here. White finds Semedo. To the left to Nunes. Have a go. Nunes has time. He's not shooting. And his pass is blocked. It's so poor. Visharan will clear it. And if City score from this, I'll be fuming. But Mazzino does really well. Goes all the way back to the keeper. Afonso is too tense. Long ball forward towards Nunes. Flicks on towards Coppens, but the centre-half gets there. Nogueira goes long forward. Yonton intercepts. What we put the anchor man there for. Nunes White to White. Find the corner flag. He's cutting inside. He might go for a goal here. Aaron White's in 1-on-1. Aaron White wraps it up. It is Dorking 3, City 1. And they are into the semi-final of the FA Cup. An incredible performance. A brilliant finish. It is Dorking Wanderers who make it through, and I can assure you I did not see that coming. A wonderful performance, what an occasion. and we're into the semi-final. That is absolutely fantastic. Tottenham are through as well, so someone needs to stop them. But we have got a chance to win the FA Cup. Of course, the three other sides are going to be favourites, but it is a brilliant opportunity. So let's skip ahead a day and see who we get in the semis. And here we go, the semi-final draw for the FA Cup. Who will play who at Wembley Stadium? The first team out the hat is Chelsea. So we should look at the Premier League really. Chelsea are miles clear at the top. Manchester United are 4th, they've already won the Carabao Cup. And Tottenham are 8th. So Tottenham can't win it, that's the essential. So hopefully Chelsea get Spurs. Chelsea have got Dorking Wanderers, that is the toughest possible test. We need United to do what they did in the Carabao Cup final and beat Spurs. And we've got to produce probably 2 more miracles to win the FA Cup. So to be honest, I think we all know when we're going to be back. The Premier League we'll keep an eye on. And we'll probably show that last game against Brighton because that's going to be an absolute humdinger. But Chelsea in the FA Cup semi-final is the next game. We need 2 more miracles. We've already made 1. And we'll be appearing at Wembley again, hoping for better fortune. Of course, Tommy Frew will be ineligible for that one. But hopefully we'll have a few of those injuries back. And who knows, if we've done it once, we can do it twice. So I do hope you'll be back in the next episode to find out if we can do it and reach the final of the FA Cup. If you did enjoy this one and you're looking forward to that, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the performance. I mean, I thought it was pretty remarkable. And let me know what you thought of the youth intake too. Probably a bit of an underwhelming disappointment based on last year. But still a couple of decent players there and a few that will make it as pros. Subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications for daily FM20 content, a weekly live stream every Tuesday morning and much more across the channel as well. And check out the podcast in the eye above too. We've got interviews, predictions, hopefully soon matchday vlogs as well, and plenty of content that has supported our brilliant growth recently. So thank you so much for everyone who's checked it out and I hope you continue to enjoy the content. But a big thanks for watching this one and your continued support of the series and the channel in general. And I hope to see you next time at Wembley Stadium for the FA Cup semi-final against the Premier League leaders Chelsea. Can we produce the unthinkable with Dorking Wanderers?